All right, folks. So I'm going to talk about Powerman 5000's When Worlds Collide music video that's off of their 1999 album. So with this, it keeps the sci-fi theme that they show in their album booklet, which is actually pretty slick. I like the campy nature, and it has like a kind of it almost seems cartoonish and just kind of real delayed and almost, campy is just one of the better words, but I don't have a similar word for that. So I would say, I mean, Rob Zombie kind of did it, but he did that more with like horror type things, Dracula and that sort of stuff. But with them, it seems to be more sci-fi related. And I would almost say that, well, actually, this project is I mean, it was really brief. I mean, the radio only really picked up, it seemed like, two of the songs. I mean, they might have actually picked up more of them, but at least Nobody's Real and When Worlds Collide really had, like, those blossomed on the radio some. Obviously, the mainstay song is going to be When Worlds Collide, but I also think Supernova Goes Pop and then the title track were actually some extra hits. I wish that they would have gone to town with this album. I mean, the theme was interesting enough that we kind of needed to peer into it and kind of see like what ideas they had at stake. I mean, really, the concept of this music video is just it's a little bit of a concert. It seems like they're trying to get by in some futuristic vibe, but then Spider One gets kidnapped and gets into a fight with an alien race. He takes out the guards and then he fights the commander or the boss, and then that's the video. So obviously, I mean, the theme of it was interesting, but I mean, obviously, it's kind of half and half whether or not you think if it had been like a couple minutes longer, what they would have added to it, and if they would have had the details to do so. Um, because I mean, the first part of it is just the concert. Spider One is with the band, and they're performing for a bunch of aliens and stuff. But as time goes along, he gets captured, and then he gets into the fight. So I like the theme of it. I mean, that's the thing. I like the theme of the themed album, or the themed song. And obviously, I looked it up on Wikipedia, the When Worlds Collide song, and it said that this is about social classes kind of colliding and stuff. Kind of an interesting topic. Classism actually does go on, but obviously the video was very spiffy and visual oriented, which is not too bad. I would definitely say it's quick, it's to the point. It's not hard to digest. This is mostly face value stuff, which is pretty simple. But I would probably give this music video like an 8, just because I enjoyed like the process that it went through. It was interesting. I did like the boss character with like all the spikes or horns sticking out of his head. That was a pretty interesting design. I think that probably could have shown up on like sci-fi or something. So the costume design was good. And I mean, Spider One with his yellow hair and the rest of the band in their outfits, it was interesting enough how that went. So yeah, I mean, it felt like it was something right off the Sci-Fi Channel. Probably, I would be surprised if Sci-Fi hasn't played that music video once or twice if they did do that sort of thing. That'd be like almost the thing. It's like, yeah, it just has a good theme to it. I think really between this song and Nobody's Real, I mean, both of those were sharp songs. And that's the thing. I mean, I didn't really talk about Tonight the Stars Revolt that much, but it is an album that has kind of grown on me more since when I owned it back in 2016 when I bought it back then. So obviously, I mean, there's more songs I'm listening to, like the song with Rob Zombie, Blast Off to Nowhere, and some of the extra album. I mean, the thing about that album is the album cuts actually work out. So it's not just the two radio songs and then the two extra singles after that. I mean, there's more to the album, despite how short it was. And this is the main thing. So it's a fun little project. It's definitely, the accessibility to it. It gets an easy 8, I would say. So I'll have to mess with Nobody's Real and stuff.